Hello? Anybody home?
Today, I want you to open your mind.
I've almost come to the conclusion that the story is so damning that the mass of people can't deal with it.
We are in process of developing a whole series of techniques to get people actually to love their servitude.
We face a hostile ideology, global in scope, atheistic in character, ruthless in purpose, and insidious in method.
For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence.
To change the minds and the attitudes and the beliefs of the people to bring about one world socialist totalitarian government.
The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists.
It has patterned itself after every dictator who has ever planted the ripping imprint of a boot on the pages of history since the beginning of time.
If you can get people to consent to the state of affairs in which they are living, then you have a much more easily controllable society than you would if you were relying wholly on clubs and firing squads and concentration camps.
Tools of conquest do not necessarily come with bombs and explosions and fallout. There are weapons that are simply thoughts. Prejudices.
As you connect the dots between different people, organizations, religions, history, suddenly the picture starts to form.
The kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men.
Someone born in the United States is not more special than someone born in Mexico. They're just vehicles for the consciousness to experience.
They do not want your children to be educated. They do not want you to think too much.
It was learned that the aliens had been and were then manipulating masses of people through secret societies, witchcraft, magic, the occult, and religion.
They reach into our children. Music, television, books.
Prey on children's innocence.
How can I disprove lies that are stamped with an official seal?
So if you have the opportunity to stand next to one of these machines, it feels like an altar to an alien god.
Genetic power is the most awesome force the planet's ever seen, but you wield it like a kid that's found his dad's gun.
The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc is now in the possession of the Army.
Too many others know what's happening out there. And no government agency has jurisdiction over the truth.
Any state, any entity, any ideology that fails to recognize the worth, the dignity, the rights of man, that state is obsolete. A case to be filed under M for Mankind in the Twilight Zone.
About time some of you got acquainted with the real hard truth.
If you don't connect the dots, it's just a mass of what's all this about.
You are listening to the Secret Teachings Radio. I'm your host, Ryan Gable. And it is a Friday special edition of the Secret Teachings. Tonight, David Wilcock Blocking, Part 3. There's so many of these shows that we've done that I've had to go back to old show titles and make Part 2s and Part 3s. And for Mystery Scam Theater, our ongoing series, I think we've made 5 or 6 parts. It's a fun topic. It's a fun subject. People used to be really upset or angry when we talked about David Wilcock, or we talked about the cosmic con artists like Corey Goode, who has now declared bankruptcy a second time. A lot of people might not know who these guys are. We're not going to spend any time going into the history and the background because there's so many shows we've done on this that we don't have time for that. And also, if you want to learn about that, you can go back and listen to those old shows. And nowadays, there are, I don't know how many, but a lot of people all over the internet who are doing what we were doing years ago. We were talking about David Wilcock and others about a decade plus ago. And yes, there were others around the same time also doing that. But I used to make songs. I used to make really funny little promo pictures where I would edit David Wilcock levitating when he promised that he could teach you how to levitate, or I would edit hover cars into the picture because he said that he was going to build hover cars, or we're going to get hover cars when we beat the deep state or something like that. And now it's like everybody on the internet who's ever heard of the guy is making music. They're making now AI generated videos, which although I really don't like AI and I really don't like those types of videos or that type of content, some of these are pretty funny. And I'll show you some of them tonight here in just a moment. But you should know that if you're listening to this, like 98% of the audience is in audio form only. There is a video of tonight's show that you can watch, and that is through the normal channels. Real quick, tstradio.info is our website. There's the full show archive on the website, and you'll find not only the archive, you'll also find my books, you'll find the montages, you'll find the document archive as well. If you're a subscriber, you get access to that. If you're a yearly subscriber, you get access to the digital copies of my books as well. The links are all down below. However and wherever you're listening to the show, all the links are below. Buy me a coffee, Cash App to support us directly, and then also directly, but a little less directly, through the free archive with all those ads, or subscribing to the ad-free show. That is tstradio.info. Because we have a short amount of time with our co-host this evening, Mike D is back with us, so we'll bring Mike on right now. Mike, can you hear me? Can you see the promo picture? Are you ready for some David Wilcock blocking?
Yes. Oh, always ready for some Wilcock blocking. Or should I say cock blocking?
Yeah, I should have maybe bolded the cock blocking part of the promo picture.
You know what? He's
the clever nature of it.
As we said before, his time is getting very limited here. As kind of your intro, there's more people with eyes on him. There's more people that see the scam. He's losing money on his YouTube channel. He doesn't make the 10K that he used to. Now he's down to 3-4. And then YouTube is also coming up, is going to actually pay. It seems like shorts are making more money than longer videos on YouTube. And he's got, so he's going to be, he's going to have to find another stream of income, because the YouTube is not going to pay for him in the future. And that might be mean to say. You're like, oh, that's this guy's, financial background. Well, he's a scammer and he's a fraud.
Yeah, and now he's going to sell meditation cards. Have you heard about the meditation cards, Mike?
No.
Yeah, so he has attempted to create a new scam, and he's now asking his audience if they will buy meditation cards or meditation tapes, which he's already done this back in the 90s. He has these meditation tapes. We played some of the ones where he, quote, meditated, and he talked to Ra. When he just was sitting there and he went, "This is Ra."
Yeah.
Just not even a good actor. Yeah, but now he's asking his audience to let him know what the next thing they would buy would be. And so here is some of the audio from that. I'll play that clip for you.
Yes, and one of the things...
Can you hear that?
Yes, I can.
Things I've thought about doing as a product is actually doing some meditation work for you guys, so that you have, dedicated meditation CDs, or it wouldn't be CDs anymore, it'd be MP3s. But how do you guys feel about that as a product that you might be willing to pay for? Because I need to sell products. So
I need to sell products.
What about is using that meditation, really kind of running with it and doing some cool stuff.
All right. So would you buy meditation CDs or MP3s from this man, Mike?
Oh, thousands of dollars worth.
I think he already sold some type of meditation tape before. He's going back. He's double dipping back into meditation now. And his meditations are terrible. He meditates at the end of the video that I'm going to play tonight, that we're going to show you.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the video, it's just him. He doesn't even close his eyes. His eyes are open. He's like typing on the keyboard, like talking to listeners on YouTube.
I think I've seen like an older Gaia one where he's on stage and he's got his arms out and he's meditating.
Yeah, he's not a good actor, so he tries to do something that looks metaphysical. He has to bring in a crystal or a Merkaba, moves his arms in some kind of way, maybe stretches them out like Jesus. Yeah, but he is an idiot and doesn't know what he's talking about. That's not how you meditate.
Yeah, you know what? I can tell that. I'm looking just Ryan's. He's not like, for instance, your background right now. you should have, technically, you should have your books kind of front and center where people can see your covers, and you don't even have that. So I got to teach you how to sell a little bit. You got your books back there, but where's your own books should be shown?
They should be right here. But I don't actually have copies of my books because they're so, well, now I don't, because they're so big and I didn't want to move with them. It was too much to move. I mean, that would have been a whole bag, probably 50 pounds.
Yeah.
So I got rid of the few copies I had, sold them, but no, I know what you mean. I used to do that on some video shows that I did. I would have the books right. I get the idea of it, but you do need to help me with marketing because I don't understand that stuff. I just tell people like, hey, it's a book. You like it, you do. If you don't, you don't. It's whatever.
I was like, as a Wilcock would have told you, Ryan, you got to jiggle several plates at once. Get your books out there. Put your T-shirt, spin them. Put your T-shirt on. Don't you want to shop at Home Goods?
Well, Crate and Barrel. That's I think
Crate and Barrel. Yeah, I'm so poor I can no longer shop at Crate and Barrel.
Well, it's all coming down now, and I wanted to ask you a question. I know that listeners might have seen already the show from last Friday. We did the round table, which was really fun with you and Nick. And tonight we just have Mike with us. And I showed you these pictures last week, but I think if I showed them to you again, every time I see them, it's like seeing them for the first time. And these pictures are from a relatively recent David Wilcock live stream. And he goes around his property and he's hanging out with some guy. I don't know who the guy is. It might be his gay lover. I'm unsure. And I say that as a joke, but I'm also like 50%. I'm not really sure. I don't want to be homophobic. It might be his gay lover. So
I mean, that's actually an insult to gay people, but
little bit, little bit.
No offense to gay people, but
he goes around his property, Mike, which of course is, if I was telling people on live streams that I didn't have money, that I needed money, and that I need to sell meditation tapes to pay for my bills, I would be cautious of how people would view my multi-million-dollar mansion that I'm walking around and showing people. This is where I live, but I need money because I can't afford to pay my bills, or in his case, his tax bill. So anyway, long story short, he's walking around this property, and I'm just watching it because I'm thinking this is just such a joke. This guy's a clown. And then I started noticing things in the video. I noticed that, and maybe he fell in the woods. Maybe he brushed up against a tree. Maybe he was moving some logs. I don't know. But he's walking around with like this dirty shirt with a hole in it. See that little hole in his shirt?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can tell you how he got it. Because he's the smiley face killer, when he dragged the body down to the river and jumped over the fence, he cut his shirt on the fence wire.
Or maybe he was on his knees and his elbows for Chris Beskar, who was behind him. And he kind of roughed up that shirt. That's not the best one, though, because as he's walking around the property, look at this hot tub that he's got. Look at that. He apparently doesn't clean this hot tub.
Well, I don't think, like, his Elizabeth isn't with him anymore, or whatever, his ex-wife. So he's probably not even using that hot tub anymore. So he just let it go to waste.
That is exactly what I thought too. I thought his wife's not there anymore because they got divorced years ago. So she's not helping him to keep it up. So it's just a mess. Look,
you know what too is, here's a theory. Is he maybe actually self-sabotaging this cabin to make it seem like he's poor and destitute? He's got crap everywhere to get extra money from people.
I didn't think of that, but that is very possible for a sociopath and a narcissist like David Wilcock. Yeah, that's possible, Mike. I never thought of that.
Like, look at me. I'm so poor now. I need your money. Look at my spa. It's dirty.
I can't even clean my hot tub out.
Yeah, I've got ripped shirts. I've got rats.
I need money to clean my my $10,000 hot tub. I can't get the dirt out of it. I need someone to clean it. Can you explain to listeners who are 98% of our audience is audio only? So can you explain to listeners what we're looking at on the screen? What is this?
We're looking at a spa that is just filled with dirt and mold. And it's an outdoor spa. It's a nice one with a bunch of jets and that you would find like with a really nice cabin. You know, if you ever been in a really nice cabin and outside they got the nice spas.
Yes. Is that mold?
Yes, to me it looks like mold and dirt. So we're
Around
looking at
drain.
Yeah, so we're looking at it and it's just dirty and obviously hasn't been used in a while, and it's not even covered. You know, the nice ones, you throw a nice cover over it so it doesn't get dirty in the first place.
Yeah. Now, see, I was thinking that too. So that must mean that there might be some truth to what you were speculating on. Maybe he took the cover off. Maybe he threw some dirt in there, made it look kind of dirty. And at the very least, it plays on the subconscious. Well, if they have a subconscious, the subconscious of his retarded viewers and listeners who are like, oh my God, he needs money. Look at honey, look at his hot tub. Can we donate more money to this guy so he can clean his $10,000 hot tub?
Yes. It's like, David, can I write you a $200 check? I don't know how to do a super chat.
I think this is the video here, the audio. I'll play a second of it where he's talking about how much money he makes every month.
There's a lot more to talk about, folks, but also, please, if you do feel compelled to purchase the Michael Prophecies when I can get it released, there is a critical need for funds right now because, frankly, I have a massive tax bill from last year that I need to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So here's him hawking the Michael Prophecies.
Did he just say he has a tax bill he needs to pay? At least he's honest about that.
This is back in 2022. He's about $1 million and 1.5 million in debt to the IRS.
He still hasn't paid it.
Released. There is a critical need for funds right now because, frankly, I have a massive tax bill from last year that I need to pay. So once again, I'm in this boat. There.
Once again, I'm in this boat.
You're a thief and a fraud, and you just admitted it that you haven't paid your taxes.
1.5 million.
Saying that live on air for anybody that knows somebody that's an IRS agent. I mean, I'm sure they're after him. I'm sure of it.
Oh, they definitely are. I haven't kept up with this as much anymore, Mike, because there are people that do this, like their entire online presence is just going after this guy. There's more than just a few people now, so I don't have to spend as much time on this. We had John Christian Spadavaccia on. It seems like he spends a considerable amount of time. He gets into the court records, the documents. He came on the show and showed us the court records, stuff that Wilcock said in court. Like he told the judge he can't get access to his computer. It's too old. The battery might explode in court, stuff like that. Just crazy stuff. So some people go and get the receipts, and I don't have to do it anymore. So it's really nice. But yeah, he needs money because look, he doesn't have a shirt that doesn't have a hole in it. His hot tub is filled with mold. But the best picture is this. This is the best one, I think. Explain to listeners what is being shown on the screen here for people that can't see it.
Yeah, I'm seeing just filthy stacked garbage on the floor of it. Looks like, is that his kitchen area? I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is his kitchen.
Okay, and on his kitchen counter, he's just got just like garbage, and then on the floor, by the cabinet down by the floor, it's just got a bunch of boxes and garbage on the floor too. And it looks and it's supposed to be white. I believe it's supposed to be white. And it looks like it's just like a dirty off-white. It just looks real dirty and dark. Again, this could play into my theory of, but then again, I could be wrong, and he could just be a complete slob weirdo.
I think that he's just a complete slob. I think that he's a slob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he is capable of taking care of himself. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's not on the tour circuit as much anymore. You would think he'd have time to clean his house.
Yeah, and he only does one video a week. How do you do one video a week and still make $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and then also have a house that's just totally trashed? You have to be a pig, a slob. Plus, his house is filled with rats too. He complains about that all the time too. His house, his garage, and his kitchen, it's filled with mice, and he doesn't know how to deal with it. Mice, rats, one of the two. And it's like, well, there's piles of trash everywhere. Cockroaches too, probably. They got cockroaches in Colorado. It's probably got tons of cockroaches and.
Oh, for sure. I mean, no wonder he wants to take baths of piss because he's a complete slob. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay taking a bath of piss.
He lives in what appears to be just filth.
And
But
this guy's talking to the angels.
yes, see that
You know,
that's
you know the
thing.
purification rituals that you have to do when you want to, conjure angelic beings. If you're following that whole kind of ritual routine, there's a lot of self-cleaning, right? Oils, and you clean your feet,
Oils,
and
perfumes,
you take a yes, and you take a clean bath, and you wear these clean, super clean robes, and you're lighting incense. Do you think that this guy does any of that?
You are totally right. I think we've made that point before, Mike. Yeah, I wrote one of my books has entire sections on the whole ritualistic process of how you cleanse yourself to contact spirits or contact. Even if unless you're contacting Belphegor, even certain demons, you still purify yourself.
Exactly. So what is this guy isn't conjuring anything. It's all a lie. It's all made up, and it's so shameful when people you still, for years and years we've seen these super chats of, "Thank you, David. You've been a godsend. Here's $300." These people are so lost and confused. It's so sad because not to say maybe these people have issues, right? But that $300 could have gone to a pet rescue, could have gone to veterans. That money could have been spent elsewhere for real causes and not this fraud. That's what I'm talking about.
So it pisses me off because even though I don't live in the U.S. anymore, I know that you live there, you work hard, you pay a tax or two, and I know that tax money is going to retarded people on the internet who don't have jobs. Maybe they're handicapped, they're getting medical assistance, or they're getting cash assistance. And these fucking retarded people are giving that tax money to David Wilcock to be a slob. I know that has to be a percentage of his income. People online that are on assistance that are giving the money to him rather than using it for what it should be used for. I know that's got to be a percent of it.
I'm sure that there is.
I've been to conferences, and I know the kinds of people that go to those things. They're the kinds of people that are on government assistance.
Yeah, and again, that's really shameful because that money should be used again to really be helping yourself and others, and you're giving it to a complete fraud and charlatan because you find some comfort in their words. Go read go write a Bible. Go read a confidence book or something, and get, go read a Wordsworth, a poet, Yeats, Oscar Wilde. Get some inspiration from other people. That's not some fraud.
Edgar Cayce.
Edgar Cayce.
Edgar Cayce.
Read Mein Kampf. Do whatever. I mean, it's just you're giving money to a complete and utter fraud who cares nothing about you, who looks at his screen constantly when he's doing his live streams and just looking for money, looking for the super chats that come in.
Even while he's meditating, which we'll play some of that a little bit later. Even while he's meditating, he's looking for this.
It's so disgusting. I mean, we covered this guy but thank God, like you said, there's soldiers out there that are kind of picking up the slack, that we don't have to really get into him too much anymore, because there's so many other topics that, especially for a Friday show, that we'll do in the future, that we don't have to cover this fraud so much anymore like we did in the past, because we've got these other people that actually put out 3 or 4 videos a week on this guy.
Yes. There's a bunch of people. There's people making songs about him, as I said. I want to show you something. I know you probably have never seen it. There's a movie called The Cat in the Hat. It's the live action version. Well, it was pretty terrible, but have you ever seen the live action version of The Cat in the Hat by chance?
Have not.
I figured you didn't, but it's kind of like the Grinch, the live action Grinch, but the Grinch is actually, I think, really good. So in this movie, I'm just going to show you a quick example. These 2 pictures here. In this movie, who's this? Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin plays this. He's trying to get with the mom of the kids who live in the house with the cat and the fish. And he presents himself as real nice. He's suave. He's got a nice car, got a nice suit. But as soon as the kids go away, the kids leave, or as soon as he goes home, he takes his suit off, and he's got like a girdle on, and he pulls the girdle, and his gut pops out, and this is how the guy lives. This is David Wilcock in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's.
Hey guys,
totally...
I'm talking to Michael. I'm talking to the Archangel Michael. Streams over. Bleh.
I gotta go take a bath and piss.
I mean, if he's worshiping anything, as I've said, I have to show it again. I mean, it's definitely the demon Belphegor. I think it's definitely the demon Belphegor. I don't know if you can. I don't know if that's not coming up on the screen right now.
No, the demon doesn't want to be shown.
Yeah, the demon doesn't want to be shown. Apparently,
he doesn't want to be equated to David Wilcock. He's like, I'm not coming up on screen. Oh no, you made him come up on screen. He's like, you're making me. You're equating me to David Wilcock. How dare you, sir? I command 10 legions.
It took me 10 times or 3 times to get that on the screen. Anyway, that's what David Wilcock, I think, is worshiping. If he's in contact with anything, it's Belphegor, because Belphegor is worshipped through this filth, mold, dirt, and just a totally unkempt appearance. Look at that. What a slob. He's thinking,
yeah.
how did I get here? Look at this picture of this clown. His guts getting bigger, his hair's falling out. But that's the cabal. The cabal, they made his hair fall.
It's kind of what we talked about off air, how we were talking about these ex-porn stars, how they get out of the industry, and then a couple years down the road, they look totally different, like fat, grotesque. Yeah. And we thought there was many reasons for that. One being in that industry, of course, the guilt, the shame. 2, maybe getting off the drugs of that industry, the cocaine, the stimulants, and then putting on the weight, and then your body inside and out is just it's distorted. Right. Yeah. And that's kind of the same way with these frauds. You can tell kind of by how this guy is aging and how he's looking, he gets worse and worse. And there's nothing he can really do to fix it. I mean, he can get nice shiny front teeth. Mm-hmm. He might in the future probably get hair plugs. It looks like he's probably going to do that, but it's not going to stop the fact that he looks like a demon.
Well, when you're in contact with them, that's what happens. You start to become the thing that you're spending your time with, and that you're interacting with, exchanging energy with.
You get these people like George Soros, George Bush Sr., and now looking at Junior. Have you seen him lately? He looks these people, because they're so evil and decrepit, it comes from their inside out. So their body deforms. It's so bizarre.
You can get hair plugs, and you can get fake teeth, and you can get nice fancy clothing that you wear on live streams, but you're still a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So what I have for you now, Mike, is you remember I used to make all those silly, stupid songs, right? Those like rap songs. I made a recent one I played on a show a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to do that tonight, but you remember I used to make those songs, right?
Yes.
I think I might have been the first person to do anything like that. Now there's people all over the internet there's like pop song. There's like David Wilcock pop songs. There's David Wilcock country music. People are just going wild on this guy. But now there's people making AI generated videos of David Wilcock. And a lot of them involve Chris Beskar, the guy that runs, quote unquote, runs Stavati Aerospace. So I wanted to show you this because I just wanted to show you how ridiculous his detractors are. So he said he was raped by a reptilian.
Yeah.
So this person on X, I'm not sure who they are. Their name is Macario, and they share a lot of this stuff. But I don't know if they did this, but people are making these videos. Look at this. It's David Wilcock talking about how he was raped by an alien, and then they do a video where the reptilian is behind him raping him. Can you believe this? Look at this. For those of you who can't see it, it's David Wilcock from an old live stream, and there's a reptilian behind him, analyzing him.
Oh my gosh.
There's a whole bunch of these. Here's another one. This is Chris Bezkar and David Wilcock.
I'm going to ask you to do something that may be a little bit uncomfortable.
Oh, that's, oh God, that's great. Oh, I'm not digging that.
Well, people have come to they've come to assume that Chris Bezkar is his new boyfriend.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
And then here is Stavati Aerospace in New York on fire as David and Bezkar frolic through the field.
Oh my God.
They're frolicking.
Yeah, this guy. See, yeah, this just points that this guy's his days are numbered. And I don't mean that like in a like an assassination type way. I mean that his career, his income, and possibly, you know, arrest if he doesn't pay this IRS bill back.
You want to hear something funny? David Wilcock actually, and I might be able to show a picture of this. David Wilcock actually, when he listed, first of all, he had to sell his house in New York, the one that belonged to his parents that they had given him.
Yes.
So he had to sell that house. He made, I think, $200,000 off of it.
Yes.
And I think that he thought that he could keep that money and that the IRS wasn't going to take it. And so he ran with it immediately down to a car dealership. And he said this online. He went and got a new car. So I feel like they're going to probably repossess that at some point.
Oh, the IRS and money, yes. They're not going to let this. They're not going to let this guy. And they kind of, when it's celebrities too, or you can call them like a half.
He was on 100 episodes of Ancient Aliens, Mike.
It's a D-lister. It doesn't matter. He's been on TV. They're going to bag him. They're going to bag him.
Oh yeah. And I'm so ready for it. I'm ready to get that call or that email or that notification. I'm going to have a party that night. So let me show you this real fast. Okay, this is directly off my desktop.
And you know what, Ryan? Just like before you do that too, even if he gets arrested, he's still gonna have these mindless twits that are gonna be like, "Oh, he's innocent. This is a cabal operation sting against him. I'm gonna send him $200 in jail so he can buy some commissary goods and maybe some protection so he doesn't get raped in there and he doesn't have to join the Aryan Nation." It's just you're going to get these people that are still going to send him money.
That's true. I mean, look at the people for that the guy that assassinated the United Healthcare CEO.
You got Ryan was at one time living out of his car. He was living out of his. He was living out of his car. He was living in Nick's office, where he had a mic. We had the call it the concrete bunker.
Bunker, yeah.
And there was a microwave in the back, and had his books and clothes. And he never groveled his audience for money. Never. And I've been on hard times too, and I've never asked Ryan for any type of money for doing any of the shows either, or the people listening out there either, because that's just not my thing. We can do it ourselves, and we've done it ourselves. But Ryan's got, he's got a product. And, buy his books and t-shirts because that's good. That supports the show. Plus, you're getting knowledge. You're getting something in return. With this Wilcock, you get nothing and you get frauds and schemes. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, well, let's thank you for saying that, because that clarifies maybe for some listeners who don't know how the show evolved over the years. I did live in my car. I didn't have anything, and I actually didn't ask for a donation for the first time until several years after that. But the point is, I think that we don't sell t-shirts anymore, for the record. But I think what we're doing here on the Secret Teachings has become successful because I've never sold out, and because we've been right about all the major things that we've talked about over the years, including people like David Wilcock. And I think through word of mouth, people have found us. And if anything, my point is, if anything, we're in contact with divine beings, because it appears that God or the spirit or something has has ensured that we have just enough to be able to do what we do, and allowed us to have certain doors opened and pushed us through those doors. I mean, that's willpower. That's the self. You helped us with dark matter, but we've definitely had some kind of guidance or protection to push us to where we are. I mean, we're ranked in the top 10 of the Paranormal Radio app now. We don't even have a stream. I don't even know how that's possible. That's really good news.
Yes, and the YouTube channel only started recently too.
Yeah, well, we restarted, but
They restarted, but yeah, it's it hasn't been like a constant thing for a long time. Like, you know, and we're only doing YouTube. We only do Fridays.
Once a week. Yeah, once a week. So let me show you. While I was living in my car, David was living here. And for the record, this isn't doxing. This is on a real estate website. I believe it's.
Yeah, we're not showing his address.
Zillow. This is Zillow.
Yeah.
Probably Zillow's estimate. Is that Zillow?
Yes.
So this is his house. I took this off my TV, a picture from my TV, so that's why it's crooked. And I just pulled it out of my text messages because I didn't have it on my computer. But the thing is, his house is only valued. So what we're looking at here is a log cabin in Colorado. You can imagine how much that would cost if it was a 1-bedroom log cabin. This is a multi-room log cabin. I think it's like 3 bedrooms or so. And he's priced it at $2,656,500. And it turns out that the cabin is maybe valued at 1.5. It might even be valued at less than that. I've heard different estimates. In other words, and it's not selling. He's had it up for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
This is what some people are speculating upon. And I buy the speculation for the record. That his tax bill is about a 1.5 million, and this cabin's worth about 1.2. So people are speculating that what is happening here is that he priced his cabin in Colorado because he can't afford it anymore. He priced it at the amount of taxes he owed over the estimated value, thinking that he could have the cabin be sold and pay the tax bill off, and then still skate away with the cost of the cabin.
Yeah, and it's not working out because he originally listed it. He had it at 2.8, and he's dropped it to 2.6.
Oh, was it at 2.8?
It was at 2.8 in the beginning. Yes.
So basically, to put it, since we're dealing with big numbers here, let's make it really simple. The cabin is worth $8.50. But he's got a tax bill of $1.50. So he puts the cabin at $10, even though it's way overvalued, hoping that whoever buys it will essentially pay his tax bill for it.
That's not gonna happen.
What an absolute scumbag! What an absolute piece of garbage, Mike. This guy I think he can't get any lower, and then he goes and he's got a ripped shirt with a dirty kitchen and a dirty hot tub, and and on top of all that, he's pricing. Look at the price of the cabin that he's overpriced. Even at its base price, it's not worth that much because the guy has destroyed it. It's got a rat infestation or a mouse infestation. It's filthy. I'm sure that the bathroom is disgusting too. Like, if you bought this place, this is like a fixer-upper at this point. You know how much money you're going to have to put into this thing to fix it and to clean it? I wouldn't want to rent a room for the night, let alone live there. You're going to have to put a lot of money into this to clean this place up. And there's probably black mold in the walls. It's disgusting.
The only thing going for it, it's got that blue roof, so it won't get lasered from the sky. It won't burn up.
I don't know. It kind of looks green a little bit to me. Maybe a little bit green, maybe a little bit blue.
Come on, dude. That was just a joke.
I know.
But it looks like it's, aqua blue. But yeah, you're right, though. They're going to have to come in and sanitize it.
It's like hoarders. At some point on hoarders, they just burn the house down because it's just too bad.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably got like dead cats that he forgot about, piss stains. Imagine that. Imagine buying this house. And, like, I was in real estate for a short period of time, and with Nick, I did the classes.
Yes.
And I forget the laws in Florida, how it works, but I think that they changed a law at some point where you have to like inform people that someone had died here.
Yes.
I feel like
you do. And certain states, yes.
Yeah, I feel like there should be something like, hey, the guy that lived here before you, you're coming into this, you're wealthy enough to be able to purchase something like this. You're getting a tour of the cabin, or maybe you're just looking at it with a real estate agent. And I feel like the agent in Colorado should be compelled to tell you, now, I see you have some kids. I'm assuming they're going to be taking some baths. You should know that the previous person who owned this, they actually used to piss and shit in the bathtub and bathe in it. So you might want to think about replacing that. You should have to tell the next owner that.
Yeah, exactly. The guy's got so much karmic bad energy that the place is probably fucking haunted.
It is probably haunted. It is probably haunted. Look at that. What a scumbag.
Beyond. Yeah. And there's others out there, but this guy is definitely in the top 3 scumbags of the paranormal, UFO centric, hippie mumbo jumbo.
Yes. So did you by any chance, I'm sure you recall that David Wilcock and Stavati were going to build flying cars, right?
Yeah, he had his plastic models that he'd show and say, this is what it's going to look like.
3D printed in his garage. So did you by any chance hear about, I didn't watch it or listen to it. I mean, I heard the clip. I didn't listen to the whole interview. Joe Rogan had Elon Musk on his show again. And Elon Musk was saying that indirectly, that basically Tesla is going to have flying cars or something equivalent to that. Let me play that for you.
We're getting close to demonstrating the prototype. And I think this will be, one thing I can guarantee is that this product demo will be unforgettable. Unforgettable.
How so?
Whether it's good or bad, it will be unforgettable.
Can you say more? What do you mean?
We're getting to it here.
Well, my friend Peter Thiel, once reflected that the future was supposed to have flying cars, but we don't have flying cars.
So you're going to be able to fly?
Well, I mean...
Now, I'm playing that because in David Wilcock's new live stream, which I'm going to play some of later, he actually says, he addresses this because Elon Musk is going to do what he's been claiming he's going to do for years, except Elon Musk has a real company and might actually be able to build a flying car. And there's a little bit of maybe a rumor, or it's a little bit of the tone in what David says in his video. It appears that, and I was thinking this too, when I first heard that clip of Elon Musk, I thought, I know what Wilcock and Chris Beskar are going to do. They're going to claim that Elon Musk stole the technology from Stavati Aerospace. And I'm just waiting for that. I'm waiting for them to say that Elon Musk stole the technology from Stavati Aerospace.
I see that as plausible, yes.
But if Elon Musk has flying cars, that means that David Wilcock's prophecy still comes true, right? He just didn't build them.
Yeah, but he wants that. Yeah, but he's not gonna dig that because he wants the money.
He wants the money. Yeah. Well, he'll say, well, Stavati had a secret deal with Tesla, and we helped them to build. We helped them to build it.
Yeah. Let's say that he had some meetings with Musk.
Yeah. Let's go to that clip here. Let's go to that clip of David Wilcock. And at any point you want me to pause this, just raise your hand.
Hear you. You're good. You're fine. Yes. Okay. So he said he's about to unveil flying cars on Joe Rogan. Interesting. I hope that's true. Didn't glitch when you said that here. Okay.
Yeah, he thinks that Elon Musk is a trigger word. He was having bandwidth issues, so he thinks that they were trying to censor him because he said Elon Musk, and apparently that's probably because Musk stole the technology, and now he's trying to censor David Wilcock on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know why, but when I was looking at this picture of him here, in my head I got one of the final bosses of Mega Man like one of the mad scientists, like, you know, like the hair and the forehead, and
I'd have to look up.
it just needs to be gray, like white, and then it'd be like, man.
Oh, I know who I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
He's like, he's like a Mega Man final boss.
I had to look it up, but I know what you're talking about. I wonder if any other listeners know. I think I have there's a small picture here. Maybe this guy. Maybe this guy. Hold on a second. I'll pull this into the screen. This guy?
Sort of, yeah. I forgot that. I don't know why that came to my head. It doesn't look like him a little bit, but if he grew a mustache and maybe going totally bald and went white, it would look like him. I don't know why that came in my head. Maybe because I'm thinking like villain, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
definitely. He's turning into a super villain boss in real time.
Exactly.
All right, let's play a little more of this.
So I'm not really sure why all of a sudden I'm getting these notifications of that happening when it didn't happen before. But anyway, we're going to keep on going. There's a lot of activity on the sun. That might be why you're having an issue. That could be. Hadn't really thought about that. Flusha Art says I'm having 0 issues with the stream. Seems like the worst we're getting is that occasionally the pixels are sort of diminishing in their intensity on my screen, but it's okay. It's all good. No, I'm not being paranoid. I've never had that green icon be other than green before. We've got a very, very high speed connection, so it shouldn't be a problem there. It just went red and yellow again.
Oh, it's the Cabal.
Definitely going to have.
Oh, it's without doubt the Cabal. They don't like him talking about the flying cars that Musk stole from him.
To update my software, and maybe they're not maintaining this older version of the software anymore. Who the heck knows what it is? But
I got to skip some of this. Holy shit.
We're at 3,306 frames. Your quality looks 4K here. All
right, I thought maybe he mentioned it again throughout that part of the video, but he said he hopes Elon Musk can build the cars. You can tell there's like a hint of resentment there, a little bit of resentment there, because he was supposed to build those cars.
So he said he's about to unveil flying cars on Joe Rogan. Interesting. I hope that's true.
Looks like we won't get flying cars from Stavati, but we might get them from a real company like Tesla.
Poor
I'm not
David.
a Tesla, but
yeah, poor David got beat to the punch.
Yeah. Yes, he did. So here's a couple of other things. Let's look at some of these other clips here. I have,
you know, he could still talk about underground alien bases and going up and going down escalators and going through doors with a key, where you have to have a key, like a physical key, to open the door, and then it's guarded by 2 German shepherds that talk to you and guard the door.
Oh, you're referencing an old video. I wonder if anybody remembers that.
It's just that what this guy talks about is just so ridiculous. Even going back, like I this afternoon, I just went and watched. I should have pulled it up and saved the clip, but it was from about 6 years ago, and he was just talking complete nonsense, as he does with all of his streams.
He always does.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing new there, but I was trying to get something. But every stream is something so ridiculous that that's the reason we still cover the guy.
We have you personally have said for years, every time we've done a Wilcock show, you've said, I'm tired of talking about this. Let's talk about something else. Unless this guy does something outrageous, I'm done. And it's like fucking 48 hours. And then you're back on it.
It's so sad. But, you know, like you said, we got these soldiers out here. Hopefully they take care of it. We don't have to, you know, do too much time to this guy anymore. But if he says something else, like instead, you know, now he doesn't want you to bathe in piss. He wants you to rub shit all over yourself. Then we got to cover it.
Yeah, we have to do a show. That's a 3-hour special, probably.
Yeah.
So first of all, before I play any more videos, I need to say this. I need to say that I'm not used to YouTube, and I know that other people have to say this on YouTube. But what we're playing here are clips of his content, and I am cutting in between audio and video. And I'm doing that because I'm trying to prevent the show from being taken down, because Wilcock, like Laura Eisenhower, scours the internet for anybody commenting on their material and claims that people are stealing it or doing something that is otherwise considered legal fair use. So this is fair use. I am commenting on the videos. we are showing things that in an order that is not how it was originally filmed. So this should not be taken down. And we know that Wilcock knows who we are. So fuck you, David Wilcock. If you take this video down, I'll just put it right back up on another platform. Right? And the second,
this is informational, educational, and we're commenting on. This is fair use. We're commenting on his video. It's fair use, and it should be fine.
I should just put that at the bottom of the screen. Just put like a fair use banner.
Yeah.
Anyway, the second thing I wanted to say was that you said troops, and I thought you were alluding to the next claim that he made. You were alluding to the people on the internet that are covering this guy, but he does start talking about troops. He talks about, these are the mass arrest QAnon claims. And I know the National Guard have been deployed before. I lived in Florida. A hurricane happens. They deploy the National Guard to help clean up. This guy thinks because the National Guard has been deployed in a few places and only a few soldiers, really, not a lot, that these are the mass arrests that his prophecies have been referencing. Here we go. Why don't you? We need a code word or something. Why don't you say just say pause if you need me to pause it so you can comment. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Everything we are seeing is fitting in with what I was told. And this includes the fact that we are now seeing deployments in multiple cities, and it's even going to spread beyond that. And again, this would normally terrify most people.
But not me.
Look here.
I'm smart.
Washington, D.C., 2,400. Los Angeles, 1,800. Memphis has 650. Chicago has 450.
Yeah, pause.
Pretty freaking.
Okay, go ahead.
Who are the white hats going to arrest in Memphis, Tennessee?
See, I was thinking the same thing, especially when you start getting into the lower numbers, when it's like a few hundred people here, a few hundred people there, as he goes down this list. I was thinking that, that's not a lot. That's not a lot of people. And if we're talking about the quote deep state, don't they control the military? Don't they control the apparatuses of every government across the nation? A few National Guard troops are going to defeat that? It's total nonsense.
Yeah.
Shocking. So, it's all coming to a head. It's all coming to fruition.
Pause.
And what?
Because I'm reading the side there where it's like Los Angeles troops were sent to protect federal buildings and personnel during protests. Okay, well, what does that have to do with the mass arrests of QAnon, of arresting, the deep state? It tells you right there why the troops were sent there.
It's all undercover, Mike. It's a code. It's a secret code.
What is this? What is a bio clandestine? What is this? Where did he get this garbage from?
That I don't know. I don't know where he's getting this particular source from.
People don't look that up. It's probably you'll get some viruses on your computer. Don't go to that wherever he's
porn website.
Getting this garbage from.
Gay porn, QAnon gay porn.
Really mean? Well, you can see here that what is he saying? According to Grok and ChatGPT, there are thousands of them.
Yeah, according to Grok and ChatGPT, the same AI chatbot systems that he's been claiming are evil and are part of the deep state. But now we're going to listen to them when they confirm his prophecy.
And hundreds in these other places, he is prepared for something.
Yes, protecting federal buildings, like he did the first administration. Didn't Trump do that? Didn't he send federal troops, like a handful of them, to protect federal buildings?
Yes, and he was sending federal troops on the streets of Washington D.C. to get the crime down too.
And then we find out that it's now actually spreading throughout all of the different states, which is even more kind of shocking and outrageous.
Oh my God.
Quick reaction force of 500 per state.
Yeah, 500. Who knew 500 National Guard troops could take down the satanic deep state cabal? That's all that you need. 500 essentially irregulars, if we're comparing the National Guard to the military. National Guard are trained, they're professional, but I don't think, they're not like special forces or something like that. 500 troops are going to save the Union.
That have been in control since 1914. And
See, it also says over here on the side, the National Guard is building a quick reaction force, some 23,000 troops trained in crowd control and civil disturbance. None of that's new. None of that is new. That's what the National Guard has always been used for. Natural disasters, civil disturbances, crowd control.
A total of 23,500 trained
Oh,
in these various
he's
things
even reading
that can
it.
be ready to deploy by early next year.
Not trained in various things. No, trained in specific things that they've always been trained in. See how he gets around that? They're trained in various things, and people, these idiots are online are thinking, oh my God, that must mean they're training them to take out the deep state. Training them for crowd control.
By early next year. And orders from the Guard, nearly every U.S. state, Puerto Rico and Guam, states with smaller populations such as Delaware will only have 250.
I don't want to be too personal, but for a honeymoon, my wife and I are going to go to Guam. I had no idea that there were protests in Guam and that the deep state was in Guam. If I didn't know that, we'd never go to Guam. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you might want to get a refund on your tickets because there's going to be a battle of the white hats versus the black hats in Guam.
I'll cover it live on the ground, Mike. And then as I'm covering it on the ground live, my green screen will fall down behind me and you'll see them here actually in the studio, like CNN.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about it because I think the white hats are going to siphon off all the gasoline out of the deep state's tanks and trucks and jeeps.
I hope they don't siphon it out of our plane. That wouldn't be good.
What did he exactly say? I don't. Am I close on that? What did he say on that? Like siphon? What was he talking about? Siphoning out the gasoline? What was that again that he said?
Yeah. He said that the cabal's plan included going around to. This is every city. I might even have a clip of this. Every city, every part of the country, and siphoning the gas out of people's cars with tanker trucks. Like, do you know how long it takes a tanker to even deposit fuel at a gas station? The guy goes in, he takes a nap, he gets a drink. It's not 30 seconds. It's just like, how do these guys come up with this shit, Mike?
I don't know.
How long? I wonder how long does it take? Let's look. How long does it take for a tanker to fill up a gas station? How long does it take? 1 to 1.5 hours. But they're going to go with tankers and they're going to take all the gas out of everybody's car. Every car lining the streets, every car in a parking garage.
Yeah. Didn't he say the deep state took the tree down outside of his, I don't know if it was his New York house or his different house, but remember he said that a tree fell down and he thinks that the cabal took his tree down. Oh, I don't remember.
I remember it vividly because I had saved that clip and I had watched it several times because it was so ridiculous. Yeah, this is when he was married. His wife was in the kitchen and he claims that she was in there writing an article about tarot cards, and she had discussed the Tower tarot card. And then he used the word behemoth. He said, and as she's writing about the tarot card, I heard this tremendous crashing and this behemoth almost hit the house. He said, sticks hit the windows, sticks broke off the tree and they hit the window and it could have damaged the house. He said, this is just going to be such a mess to clean up. Yeah, and he believed that that they were using weather control to attack him to prevent him from doing his live streams.
Jesus, this is
you live on the top of a mountain in the middle of essentially nowhere. I mean, he lives near a town, but you live out in the middle of nowhere. And it's extreme weather there. You're going to have internet connectivity problems, probably.
Yeah. Anything to weave into his story of lies,
I have a treat for you, Mike. I found the siphon the gas clip.
Okay, great. Yes.
Early Christmas gift for you. Here it is. Now, also, this might be partly reverse speech because I had David Oates on. I don't know which, but I think that the forward is definitely here at the least.
The cabal's plan also included that the military goes around under the guise of national security, and they literally go around and they siphon out the gas from everybody's cars. These big tankers. So you can't even drive your car.
Oh my God. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
Oh boy. I have a couple of the other old ones here. There's several of them I have. This is another great one. This is a fast one.
One of the benefits of me having this really fast processing brain is I can watch movies and in real time see the Cabal symbolism that people normally would only get subconsciously.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. He's got a high processing brain.
Yeah, that brain is real fast, really high processing, but it doesn't know how to pay his taxes
or clean his kitchen,
sew his shirt, pretty much do anything that makes you a human living in the real world.
Yeah, wasn't sure how he got rats, but has like 40 pounds of open food that he used to throw to deers and chickens outside, and wonders why. Totally open, and wonders why he got rats. That's a high processing brain.
Or Mike, hold on, or this part.
What have you done? What I've done is called the fire department, and they come, and we use a ladder, and they crawl all the way up there with me spotting them so that it's safe. Okay. To change the battery. What is your address? And it is a very, very intense, bad situation with how noisy it is and how frequent it's beeping. I can't even live in my house like this. So it is very serious. When people usually call with these, we ask that they call like a handyman or someone else who might have a ladder.
You know what, Ryan? I had a smoke detector like 2 days ago start beeping. You know what I did? I got on a ladder, I hit the reset button, and it stopped.
Well, he's called the fire department. If you listen to that 911 call, he's called them 3 times to replace his smoke detector batteries.
Man, that 911 operator really handed it to him. Yeah,
sir, usually when people call us to do that, we tell them to call a handyman.
Yeah. This guy's like, someone in a fucking car crash trying to call 911 and it's busy because this idiot's calling up because his smoke detectors are going off and he doesn't know how to stop it.
Yeah, it's a morbid thing to think about, but yeah, somebody swerved off the road, went off the side of the mountain. They're pinned in between the seats and the dashboard of their car. They've only got an hour or so to live. Their lungs are punctured like Princess Diana, and this guy's calling 911 to have them replace his batteries.
You know what? I can actually see him as a smiley face killer going to these college towns trying to pick up like athletes, putting something in their drink, and basically strangling them and throwing them in the river. He fits the description of motive MO of a smiley face killer.
I'd be very cautious if you're living in Sedona, because he is going to be moving to Sedona. It appears that's what he keeps talking about. And you know who lived in Sedona, Mike? His ex-wife Elizabeth.
Oh no, Elizabeth, get out of there.
Get out of Sedona immediately.
Because he's going to show up sooner or later on that front doorstep.
I was thinking.
I'm sorry for yelling at you on live streams. Can we work something out here? A deal? We can, put it on paper and writing as a contract.
I was wondering if I ever went back to Sedona, because I like Sedona a lot. There's a really great restaurant there that I like to eat at, and I just thought, wouldn't that be something if the next time I go to Sedona, I was at, I went to Whole Foods or something and I ran into David Wilcock. Like, what would I do?
You got to get the phone out immediately. Hit record.
Yeah, I'd have to film it. Just find some random person and be like, dude, I'll give you $50. Can you film me talking to this guy? I'll give you $100 cash right now. Film me talking to this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to go cordially and say, "Hey, I'm a big fan. I've got some questions for you, guy. Send me a super chat. I'm shopping right now, but David, I've got one question for you. Did you take a bath of piss today?" See what he says.
How would you do that? Would you approach him if you saw him?
I'd approach him. Yeah, I'd approach him for sure.
All right, let's go back to this video real fast. Well, actually, we're at the hour mark. Do you have to go?
I tell him I'm from the IRS. I'm here to collect.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Sir, are you Mr. David Wilcock? Yes, I am. Have you seen me on Ancient Aliens? Actually, I'm with the IRS. You're going to need to come with me, sir. He'd probably piss his pants. Anyway, Mike, do you need to go because we're at the top of the hour here?
I can stay for 20 more minutes. I'm feeling better, actually, a lot better than I was when we started the program.
Laughter's the best medicine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you might want to stay for the whole thing then, because
Want to stay for do another a half hour or an hour?
It's a little under an hour. It's like 50 minutes.
Yeah, I could do it.
We got a lot of I got a lot of medicine for you, Mike. A lot of laughter, a lot of medicine for you. Let's finish, since we've got that time. Let's finish the rest of this. Troops are being sent to Guam to fight that. I didn't know Guam was a stronghold for the deep state.
Populations such as Delaware will only have 250, Alaska 350, Guam will have 100. Well, still, that's quietly ordered this, that 500 per state.
He didn't quietly order it. It's mainstream news. Everybody knows that they're sending National Guard troops to states.
Yeah, they need that 250 in Delaware to arrest Biden.
And it's all this stuff about worrying about disturbance. So he's preparing for a widespread public backlash. Something big is coming.
No. The troops are being sent because there already is a backlash, because there's crime, because there's failed policies, right? That's why they're sending troops.
Yeah, because there's protests blocking streets and restricting people from using sidewalks and roadways. That's why they're there. There's federal troops, outside guarding ICE detention centers because people are attacking and attacking the folks there. That's why. That's another reason why.
Yeah, and
it's not because Q said so.
It's all public information too.
Yeah,
and I love how it's public. It's public information, but he claims that based on these posts that it's private, or it's been done quietly. And then he also, at the beginning of this part of the video, he's referencing Grok and ChatGPT. It's like, not only is it public information, but then he's saying it's quiet, but somehow, people have access to it, but yet they're also getting the evidence of it through Grok. No, you're getting it through Fox News and CNN. It's on the news every day.
Yeah, Trump is prepared for something. Yeah, taking like an afternoon nap. That's what he's prepared for.
Eating McDonald's.
Yeah.
All right, now let's get to the food stamp one. And I have to be honest with you. I watched, I know this is embarrassing to say this, I watched most of his recent, well, not his most recent, but his second to most recent live stream, Harmony in the Midst of Chaos. That's where a lot of these clips come from.
Looks like a Joker laugh there.
He did about 3 hours here. And a lot of the clips that we have are from that. When I watched it, I had it playing in the background, right? So I was cooking dinner and I had this playing in the background, and I was thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to listen to 10 minutes of this, see if there's any good clips at the beginning, and then I can't listen to any more. I ended up listening to like 45 minutes. And as I'm listening, because it just got wilder as it went along. And about 37 minutes of that were him dealing with audio problems. So it really wasn't a lot of rambling. But he gets to the point where he's talking about food stamps. And myself, this Macario guy that we showed on X, who has a lot of these videos and posts about Wilcock and Corey Good and Stavati, and a number of other commentators, more than one or two. And I was of the same opinion, independently of everybody else. And then I heard what they said. I was like, oh my God, we all thought the same thing. I think he is on food stamps. He talks in this video over and over again about, the food stamps being cut off, food stamps being cut off, food stamps being cut off. And I thought, is David Wilcock on food stamps?
Oh my gosh.
So either way, though, this is the food stamp portion of the video. Let's play a little bit of this.
41 million people were facing starvation. And there was huge lines at various food banks because people needed to get.
All right, pause. I have a question for you. What does SNAP stand for? You know what SNAP stands for, Mike, by chance?
I do not.
I believe it stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. And the public was reminded of that when RFK Jr. said, well, it's the Supplemental Nutrition Program. That's why you shouldn't be able to buy junk food with it, because junk is not nutritious. I'm not putting you on the spot. I was just curious if you knew what it meant, because supplemental, right? If you're supplementing something, what is a supplement? What does supplementary mean? It means enhancing or adding to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, clearly, not everybody on food stamps is on them for supplementary reasons. Some people genuinely have nothing, and that's the only way that they can eat. It's a small percent of the population. But supplemental nutrition assistance is supposed to be for supplementary food purchases, meaning that most people that are on it shouldn't be on it a long time. They should be on it temporarily until they can get on their feet. That's what the system is there for. It's not for people to just use and abuse, like some of the food stamp stories you had told me that you had experienced. I remember that one story you told me about a grocery store you went to. So to say that people are starving to death, I think oversimplifies the complexity of what the SNAP program actually is.
For sure.
But it makes it dramatic. It's dramatic. 41 million people are starving to death.
We're facing starvation, and there was huge lines at various food banks because people needed to get as much as they could. So yeah, there were definitely people going through outrageous suffering. New York was declaring an emergency. It also
you know what people buy on food stamps, Mike?
Well, stop taking their money from them.
Well, that too, because most of the people donating to David Wilcock, I guarantee you, I bet you they're on food stamps. I would put money on it, a lot of money on it. But these, the people that use food stamps, on average, they don't buy food. They buy junk. On average, not everybody. I was on food stamps. I bought food. I didn't buy junk. Most people buy junk. So that's another part of the complexity of food stamps. And that means that a lot of people that are on food stamps that buy junk and eat junk, they probably could go a certain amount of time without food, and their body would eat and consume the fat. I know that sounds real harsh and real mean, but I'm also being dead serious. Because if you see the kinds of people that Mike and I have seen, you live in an area like I did where a lot of people were on food stamps. Everybody was massively overweight. So you could take a break from food stamps, okay? You could take
you got weeks of stored up body fat you can get rid of. What you need all you really need is water, and your body will. You got all that extra body that your body will consume.
Yeah, so I say that to people think that I'm being such an asshole. I don't have the comedic timing. If I was a comedian, I could make that funny. But I mean it in a joking way, but I'm also halfway serious, and it's obviously a very complex issue. So let's go back to the video.
Suffering. New York was declaring an emergency. It also happened in California. They were out.
Yeah, and every time they do that, they get federal money from something for weather or for whatever the case is.
$65 million in state funds for emergency food assistance. Then we had this headline show up on the New York Post. They don't give which is pretty funny, ironic headline. So anyway,
I noticed something about this. I'm curious, Mike. Maybe it's the first time I've ever noticed this, or the first time I've commented on it, but I've thought, his videos, maybe I didn't realize this before, but his videos it's just like news commentary. I don't think I realized that before. I was always under the impression that all of his videos were like secret information or, whistleblowers or prophecies that he had in dreams. I don't think because I don't watch his stuff more than a few seconds, really. I didn't realize that a lot of his video is just basically a really bad version of what we do.
Yeah, I think he's running out of topics, honestly, and he's doing news events.
Yeah, a little bit.
There's only so many book of raw slides you can do.
This was my dream back in 1996. Not many people remember their dreams, but I do.
Remember when we called him out on being the reincarnation of Edgar Casey, and we actually, let's call the foundation the Edgar Casey Foundation and ask, and we, I think you did. I don't know I don't remember if I did.
You contacted. You did that. I didn't do that.
Yeah, and they said we never heard of. I don't know what you're talking. We never heard of the guy. I don't know who you're talking about. You think if he would have contacted them, or they would have known about it? They had no clue this guy was even talking that smack.
You did that years ago.
Years ago.
I mean, like a decade ago, I think, or close to it. And I'm pretty sure there's others now that have done the same thing. And I forget who said this. I'm trying to think who it was. Someone had contacted the foundation, and they have a test for that, right? They have because Edgar Casey thought that people would claim to be him, so they have a test for him. And Wilcock won't take the test, reportedly.
Oh, you
just have to believe him.
He definitely won't take any test, or even like a simple lie detector. He's so shiesty, though. He might be able to pass a lie detector. Some people that are
really believe it.
Known to do that, yeah, or they can control their emotions and really believe what they're saying.
It is possible to pass a lie detector test by lying. It's just not common. I think he could do it.
I think he can do it. The years of being a fraud, I think he can do it.
He probably doesn't even have to try, Mike. It's just built-in instinct, apparently.
Did the cabal put that bullet on your kitchen countertop? Yes. Oh,
who was that? Emery wasn't that Emery Smith, or was that Corey Good? I think it was.
One of them.
What proof do you have that they're trying to assassinate you? This bullet. I think I did a show where I had a revolver, I had a 9mm, I had an AR-15, and I had a 22 lever action. I think I got one of those bullets, and I posted a picture of that on my social media account, but nobody gave me money.
Cabal's trying to get you.
Yeah, coming from a guy that's a drunk. Emery Smith has been doing drunk live streams. I don't know if you heard about that. That's a whole nother show.
Oh no, poor guy. He's drinking too much of his blue water.
Yeah,
he's up on that food colored blue water he sells.
I felt a little bit sorry for him because I feel like he's just kind of a bloated loser. I feel sorry that guy got taken advantage of like he did, but he also took advantage of people. So fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck these frauds.
He was nice enough and kind enough he was the only one that was willing to talk to me. And he said, this is actually what caused so much conflict in this whole community anyway, was when I interviewed Emery Smith for like 10 minutes, and he admitted, in the interview that he had been doxxed, others had been doxxed by Jordan Sather and Corey Good. And then all the physical, was it chat rooms or it was posts on Facebook, all of that came out later, that Corey Good and Jordan Sather had doxxed all these people.
Yes.
He told the truth about that. So I have to give the guy props for that. I don't know what his motivation was, but I have to give him props for that. And I have to say that I respect him for that.
Yeah, they doxed a guy so badly. I remember back in the day, Joe from the Carolinas, that they basically removed him from YouTube because he was doxed and getting threats, and was getting in trouble with his job, and the guy had to leave YouTube. And the guy was building he was good. I liked him. He was building a good following, and they destroyed that guy's career. Scumbags.
They went after his employer, right? Wasn't it the
state? Yes.
That's unbelievable.
Very, very bad.
Didn't he work in cancer research or something, and he was criticizing Jordan Sather's cancer cure bullshit?
Yes.
What's
funny? You know what's funny too, Ryan? About 2 weeks ago, a lot of these YouTube shows that were, I personally, I don't think YouTube should have done it because it's freedom of speech. But a lot of these Q programs that were up that YouTube shut down, they about 5 years ago they killed a bunch of shows, all these kind of YouTube government conspiracy shows. Not to say it was right or wrong, but it's freedom of speech. But a lot of these shows are back, and he was one of them that YouTube got rid of. Yes, I wonder if by chance he's back.
Well, we could find out. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Is Jordan Sather back? Let me go to YouTube, and I will type it in. Let's see, Jordan Sather.
Sather, yeah, I think it's Sather. Sather, I think.
YouTube gave you my channel back. You are a piece of subhuman garbage, Jordan Sather. I know I have it. I probably could find it really quick if I pulled out my hard drive. This guy claimed that.
Gosh, let's see if I remember how to do this.
This is the guy who claimed that he didn't know who I was after he had agreed to come on the show. I'm sure you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
We had email correspondence with him. I remember this, Jordan Sather, you lying sack of shit. I got you into a David Wilcock talk at Contact in the Desert. I got you into it because you were a nobody, loser piece of trash. And then this guy claims he doesn't know who I am. Fuck you, Jordan Sather. Fuck you.
Yeah. Is he back? Is he back though?
He's back. That's what you
just
heard.
Oh, no. Well, then destroying the illusion. Yeah. Okay.
What a piece of garbage.
They gave him back his channel. Unfortunately. He's going to cry.
You know how that censorship was getting. And this is the exact same jacket I was wearing 5 years ago. You see how it gave me some hope with all that's happening. And this video on this channel now.
With all that's happening, you mean making smoothies at Smoothie King.
But you know what? A lot of these channels, because I did a little research on it. A lot of these channels are not getting the viewerships, and a lot of people just are not interested anymore, you know? So I don't think they're going to make an impact. All this Q crap and stuff that 5 years ago was kind of a heavy hitter. It's no longer something that's going to get them a lot of views. And
and look at what he's doing here on his channel. You can see that he's doing basically what Wilcock was doing, where, you know, he used to be a big QAnon person. That's why he got removed. And now all of his stuff is like political commentary. New York election, Biden auto pen report, you know, Democratic or the Dems ICE, does that say Dems ICE response or Dems ICE tracker? It's just all like, well, the left wing and right wing have kind of merged into this weird alternative community, and he's like just a standard political commentator now. What happened? Just to stay relevant.
Yeah, when this gets old, then it's back into the Christ consciousness.
Yep. Here, new Epstein. See, this is what pisses me off. New Epstein logs coming. New Epstein. 26,000 views. Dude, I was talking about Epstein when Jordan Sather was probably in high school. You know, we talked about Epstein so long ago. I don't even remember the year, but we've been doing this for so long. And then clowns like this just read news articles and suddenly they're experts on everything. That really pisses me off.
Yeah. And probably never went to the library, never read a book, never did real research. Just clowns. This guy was making smoothies, Smoothie King.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't drag you down on that. It just kind of came up as a side topic, but
you destroyed my illusion. My illusion was that he was gone, but now he's back, and it's
destroying the smoothie.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a show on him if he does anything wild.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, and Jordan Sather is he is a real, I'll say, arrogant, and he strikes me as a very vindictive person from his behavior, having had direct contact with him, like when he lied about who I was and then yelled at me out the car window randomly. Hey there, buddy. Like a drive-by argument in Family Guy.
Tough guy.
Drive-by insults. Yeah. You're a fucking loser. You did drag me down a little bit.
I'm sorry. It came. These frauds. It came up. We're talking about frauds, and it just came up. These frauds got their channels back.
They did. I forgive you, Mike. Let me play something to make me happy here.
The cabal's plan also included that the military goes around under the guise of national security, and they literally go around and they siphon out the gas from everybody's cars.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, that should cheer you up.
I'm back. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, this guy actually read that like it was going to happen. It was true.
Why has he never been taken off of YouTube though? I don't understand that.
That's what we talked about that a while ago when these other people started getting canned, and we were like, how is this guy still on YouTube. Because he was talking a lot of political stuff and Q stuff back in the day too, when that was running its course. Because remember, he switched over to that.
Yes, because it was more profitable and more people would click on that. Exactly.
Yeah, so it kind of went into, first it was like the UFO stuff, then it was like the Q stuff, then it was the Christ consciousness, stuff, the Saint Michael stuff, and now he's kind of back, because the last couple of videos he hasn't really talked about Michael prophecies or Ra prophecies. He's been, just like you said, reading news clips. It's these shysters kind of move on and then go back and move on and do a loop.
He blended together, Wilcock blended together the Ra prophecy, Law of One stuff from the 90s with the Archangel Michael. So his communication with Ra became communication with Michael. And now he's, what did he say? He wants to see if he can sell meditation tapes. What was it? Meditation tapes, I think.
Yes, and one of the things I've thought about doing as a product is actually doing some meditation work for you guys, so that you have, dedicated meditation CDs, or it wouldn't be CDs anymore; it'd be MP3s.
Would you guys buy that?
How do you guys feel about that as a product that you might be willing to pay for? Because I need to sell products. So one of the things I've thought about is using that meditation, really kind of running with it and doing some cool stuff.
You know who would buy that? The CIA. Those would be torture tapes.
Yeah.
You'd get any terrorist to admit anything if you played that tape. You don't even have to play it over and over repetitively. Just play it once or twice. They'll give up the whole plan. What you can see on your screen right now, Mike, is what you just were referencing about Christ consciousness. Can you see that? Can you read this? This is a recent Wilcock post. This is his new video that we'll have to comment on at another time. The Divine Beacon. Look at what he's getting into now. Look at that. Can you read that for us, please?
Join me this Sunday for a thought-provoking discussion of the divine beacon within all of us. Your higher self, or Christ within, can produce guidance and timeless wisdom. Pure inspiration is available as we seek the stillness and clarity of the now. Again, gibberish.
But you just said Christ and blending those things together, and I don't think that, I don't think we had talked about his new video is about the Christ within you. So he's drawing on that religious Christian money.
Yeah, is this new?
This is the one he did last Sunday, I think it was.
Okay.
I can't comment on all of these videos because I would just have to dedicate an entire show to it. It would take 5 episodes to get through one 3 to 4 hour video. And then by the time I get done with the week, he's got another video out and I have to do it. So we don't cover very much here, but just a little bit. And this is the new one. Yeah. The Christ within. It just sounds, what it sounds like? I don't know if you did this when you were a kid, Mike, but when I was a kid, if I wanted to buy like a new video game, $60, $50, it's a lot of money, $50, $60, a lot of money for a kid. So I would want to mow, the grass or something, get paid $20. Ask a neighbor, ask a parent, whatever, ask your grandma. And as a kid, you're like, I want to, can I do something to make money? I'll do the dishes. I'll clean the windows. I'll mow the grass. Can I get like $10 for that, $20 for that? I want to buy this new video game. That's what it sounds like. Hey, so I need money to pay my tax bill. Can you guys pay me something if I make meditation tapes for you? Doesn't it sound like that?
Yeah, totally. You know who I feel sorry for? Is David Wilcock, the musician. Because this guy's trying to make a living posting his videos, his music videos. He's got the same name as David Wilcock. And
Is that real? Is there really a guy named David Wilcock who's a musician?
Yes. Yeah. He's on YouTube. He's got a bunch of, it's kind of what's, if you type in David Wilcock on YouTube first, it usually comes up for me first before any kind of the fake Wilcock. This musician David Wilcock comes up.
Now hold on. Let's do this. Wilcock, the con artist, comes up for me. David Wilcock music.
Yes. There he is. Yeah, that's the David.
Wow.
That's.
How old is his music? This is 1983. Is this old music?
I don't know, but he's got a bunch of videos on there. on YouTube.
Don't know who he is, but you should support this guy. Boost his numbers on YouTube.
Send your money to the David Wilcock, the musician, not that alien looking. Is that his real picture there for his Divine Cosmos official?
Yep, that's the real one. David Wilcock 333.
That bulbous head.
Now hold on a second. I got a new conspiracy for you. Now I'm thinking that back in the 90s, when David Wilcock was doing his channelings and all that stuff, now I'm thinking that maybe this singer was popular, and maybe David Wilcock took the name and changed it in order to get the clicks on the internet.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe, yeah, exactly. Who knows? Maybe his real name is not David Wilcock. It's like Ron Goldberg.
Hey, I would not be surprised. It would not surprise me in the least if that was the case. His name was Larry
David Wilcock, aka Ronnie Goldberg.
Larry David Wilcock. So David Wilcock spelled with an X is the singer. I felt bad for that guy. He's probably talented.
Yeah.
All right. Also, yeah, we probably played this before, but look at this. David Wilcock from the show Ancient Aliens with his Les Paul custom guitar. Look at this. Is there going to be an advertisement? No advertisement.
Hey, everybody. We're over here at Norm's Rare Guitars, and I've got my friend David Wilcock from the TV show Ancient Aliens.
Look at that fucking goofy. Look at this guy. He's got that dark circle thing under his eyes again because he thinks it makes him look like a guru. He was doing like the eye makeup for that, because you don't get dark circles on your eyelids, but he does like the makeup around the whole eye.
If he's purchasing a custom Les Paul, that's not a cheap guitar. Let's see, is he going to play something on it?
Well, how much is it? I don't know anything about guitars.
Like if it's a custom Les Paul, I don't know. It's like probably 7Gs, 5Gs, something like that. But the point is that
that's one YouTube show, and
it's not a cheap guitar. You'd think that it would show him playing it. Is he playing it here?
Maybe. Let's see. And I don't know anything about guitars or music, but Norman's Rare Guitars. Shout out to Norman's Rare Guitars on YouTube. We're playing this for commentary purposes.
And
you brought one with them,
right? In fact, we're all here. We're trying to determine what planet Joel came from because it's something way out there, and we want to.
Doesn't it look like these guys are fucking?
Yeah, I mean that's a tight grip on the guy's shoulder.
Yeah, he's sucking his gut into. He's probably got a girdle on.
Fast forward it a little bit just to see if he's actually playing.
Let's see.
I have a Les Paul custom in here, and I came in here thinking, I don't know if he's going to be able to fix this because the neck completely cracked. And what you did, I mean, you freaking brought that ball right over the touchdown line. I'm totally stoked.
Well, that's what they do from his planet.
David Wilcock, the real musician, you should sue him because now I think he's trying to be you, David Wilcock, the real musician.
We may have stumbled onto a whole new conspiracy.
He probably doesn't even know how to play a guitar.
Well, he said the neck piece cracked on it. So, I mean, those neck pieces are pretty solid, aren't they? I don't know anything about guitars, but they can break if you drop them, or if you went through an airport and he was taking it with them. If they throw it in the baggage handlers can toss the case and break it. So it does happen. But the point is, like his wife got really angry at him and smashed it.
Yeah, the point is there's thousands of guitars in that shop. Pick one up and play one. Let's see what you got. I don't think he can play. I don't think he can play. Honestly. I think he's a total fraud.
Now, hold on a second. Let's see if there's anything else in this video, and then I'm going to find another video of him. And he has a bunch of guitars at his house like Jimmy Church does, too. I can show you that.
I just love guitars. That's why I'm here. And I hope that you can understand that if you're living in Los Angeles, this is the place to go. Norman's Rare.
Yeah, he's
making up sales pitch.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, he's not playing it.
Did you hear that, IRS? He's got custom Les Paul guitar. You can get at least 5 Gs from on that.
Well, hold on a second. I don't like the IRS, but we're gonna help him out here because he's got more than one, I think. As a matter of fact, those pictures that I showed you of his hot tub and all that, I believe, let me go back to this ridiculous man's YouTube channel. Harmony and Chaos. This was the one that I clicked on before. Yeah, I believe he has a whole, he's got like a video he plays in here and he shows his guitars. I'm going to try to find this real fast. I think it's in here somewhere. And I could be wrong. Maybe it's not in this one. Maybe that's the food stamp one. This is War is the Final Phase. Maybe it's in that one. He's got so many of these videos, you know, it's hard to keep track. Well, here's an image of him. He can see, I think, the guitar in the background. Here it is. You can see one of them. Maybe that's the Les Paul guitar. One of them.
That's not a Les Paul. Yeah, that's a Fender. But it's just kind of bizarre that he usually in his videos you can see a guitar neck sticking out from somewhere. But you think that, you know, he'd pick it up and just play a couple of licks before he started the stream. Just I honestly, you know, and I could be wrong, but I honestly don't think he knows how to play. I'm just getting
I found it.
Okay, I'm getting a weird feeling on it for some reason. But
does Jimmy Church know how to play? I think he knows how to play.
I think, yeah, I'm not sure. He probably does. It seems like but.
Well, I thought this was it. This is another one where he shows his yard. Anyway, there was a video. But anyway, yeah, that's something if you want to dig into. Oh, well. Let's see what else.
Like a person like that, you think it would have like, just being like the David Wilcock character, you think it'd be more of like an acoustic guitar, you know, where he's like playing like bluegrass or something cheesy, like
I could see David Wilcock playing bluegrass,
like an acoustic guitar, and it doesn't seem like he doesn't even have an acoustic guitar. I always see like electrics in the back where he's at. You
know what he does? I bet there's a bunch of people who have a book collection like I do, but they never read them. I mean, you probably wouldn't be surprised. Maybe you'd be surprised of the number of people I've met in my life who have copies of like the Secret Teachings of All Ages and Cornelius Agrippa, all these occult books. And then you ask them, what was your favorite part of the book? Or why do you like it so much? And they've never read the book. That's kind of the impression I get. I don't know if he knows how to play a guitar. I don't know if he knows how to even hold a guitar. I feel like he just has them there as background, like Jimmy Church used to have in his studio.
That could be true, honestly. And you don't get the benefit of the doubt because you're a fraud. So that kind of negates, like, because you've been a fraud and a fraud for decades, you have to prove to us that you can actually play. You have to show the burden of proof. You just can't have a guitar sitting in the background and we think, oh, you know, he plays guitar. No, I've got to see you play guitar because you're such a fraud and a liar and a cheat and a con artist. Like you said, I don't believe you can play. You have to show us. Let's see it.
Yeah, let's see it. Break that guitar out. Let's do like a concert.
Yeah, if you're listening, David Wilcock, let's see you play. At least play a couple licks, strum a chord. Let me see something.
Do something exactly. Do with those old Jimmy Church bumpers. Yeah. Be right back with Corey Good. Stay with us on the Jimmy Church Show. Fucking greasy loser, Jimmy Church. Okay, I actually found it. So let's see here. Here's part of his house, but I can't believe this guy puts this on the internet. Look at the size of this log cabin. Okay, here's where he walks in.
All right.
You can see the kitchen.
And I go in there and it passes right over my head on the porch.
There's the kitchen.
More stuff. We made it in alive.
Let's throw some more trash on the floor there.
We're not dead. Dude.
All right, here we go.
Let's see
He's got a whole bunch of guitars here. You see that?
Yes.
Can you identify them?
What's going on?
Can't. Well, I think there actually might be an acoustic there and another Fender. Looks like two Fenders. It looks like an acoustic of some sorts. Or yeah, I really can't tell, but yeah, there's guitars there. I don't see a Les Paul though. Maybe he sold that to try to get tax money back.
Probably had to sell that. Yeah, maybe Elizabeth took.
See, what's strange is like I see guitars there, but I don't see any speakers. Like I don't see an amp. What do you? It's kind of bizarre. But maybe he's got the amp somewhere else. I don't know, but
he probably had to sell that, or maybe she smashed it during the breakup.
Like I said, the burden of proof is on him to show us that he could actually play. I don't believe it.
Yeah, you would think too that David would maybe like throw that into a live stream.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Like it would kind of build like, oh look, he's like a musician. He's creative. You know, that might actually get you some more super chats there, David, if you strum a few chords.
And women like that.
Yeah.
So
you might be able to find a new Elizabeth somewhere.
Well, actually, somebody in his new live stream, we'll play a few minutes of it here in just a moment. Someone in his new live stream actually asked if he would marry them. But you got to imagine that's a very desperate hag.
Wow. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get to that. Anything else we have here? Stavati Aerospace, real quick. Stavati Aerospace is now going to manufacture can you read this?
Aircraft carriers.
This is their official X page. Stavati Aerospace, Stavati's SM-39 Razor carrier. They're going to build aircraft carriers.
Yeah. Okay. But I'll see it when it's like a real physical item. I'll believe it.
Mm-hmm. Stavati Aerospace also is claiming. So I'll show these on the screen too here. This is one of their recent posts. It says Stavati owns and operates 9400 Porter Road, Niagara Falls, New York. This is all public. It's part of their business. It's open. It's not doxing or some nonsense like that. It serves as the headquarters for the SM-31 Stiletto, the SM-39 Razor, and SM-920 airline development. Not evicted from this site, taxes paid. Stavati paid $287,000 for the NCIDA pilot, voluntarily ended 2024 with no prejudice. Unlike Musk's $750 million ESD aid for Solar City, which left New York, we received no state grants and we're self-funded. Yeah, because Elon Musk has a real company, lots of them, and he builds shit. He builds rockets that can land. What has Stavati done? Stavati has put out really bad CG pictures and videos, like Ace Combat in the 1990s as a video game, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And 3D models.
You know, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They're so broke they rent that hangar out on the weekends for high school kids to throw rave parties in.
Well, actually, do you know what they store in that hangar? Seriously, no joke. They store in that hangar trash. That they actually have like a contract to store garbage there.
Ah.
And there were reports that there's actually sewage, like they're storing sewage waste there.
I was going to say the garbage. There was so much garbage there that Wilcock brought some back to his house to store.
That's probably why the kitchen's filled with trash. You're right. And then there's this article here from the Buffalo News. Well, there's two things I have to show you. Number one is there's a petition up to the court. See this? State of New York, County Court, County of Niagara. Town of Niagara petitioner versus Stavati Aerospace. Order and judgment of eviction. So these people are claiming we're not being evicted. We paid our taxes. We paid our fees. We paid the things that we need. I don't know what exactly it was. Part of their, I guess taxes was part of it. And then here's the actual document from the court where they're being evicted from their sewage warehouse.
Oh, man. Yeah, no wonder he's so stressed out looking.
Well, this tells us that Stavati and Wilcock, neither of them have paid their taxes.
No, they were gonna use that hangar too when their houses got foreclosed on. They were gonna live in the hangar with the trash. Danny DeVito, the trash man.
Trash man. Ah, yeah. I come out. I throw trash everywhere. I eat garbage. Yeah,
I'm the trash man.
So John Christian Spadavecchia posted this. We need to get him back on the show. This is from. Look at this. I mean, these people are unbelievable. the amount of lying that they do and the brazenness of it, it's all public record. And people still believe this and give them money. It's crazy. But this is maybe even crazier than that. This is November 5th. So this was last week.
Oh.
This is from Buffalo News. Look at that headline. What does that say, Mike? Can you read that?
Make high-tech military jets, import cars instead.
And what does this say? After years of trying unsuccessfully to launch its high-flying business for the skies, what company is that?
What does it say for looking is looking much closer to the ground for temporary revenues to sustain itself by storing foreign cars? Yeah, exactly. So they're just using the hangar as a storage space. It's the same thing I said. They're probably renting it out for the weekend for rave parties.
Yep. Well, we know they're storing sewage or trash, garbage, and now they're going to potentially rent it out for cars because they're so desperate in need of revenue. They're actually going to be evicted from the hangar. And here is the CEO.
I hate to go on looks. I really hate to do physical thing. But looking at this guy, would you trust this guy? Would you give this guy money as an investor? Would you give this guy $200,000 of your money to invest?
Somebody did, and they sued them because they never got anything back on it. And I think Wilcock gave him all of his money, which is why Elizabeth left him. But yeah, you're right. I don't like to do looks either, but look at this guy. Would you trust this guy? This guy's a classic example of I wouldn't trust him to tell me the time.
It looks like he'd be on like Canal Street selling you fake Rolex watches.
Yeah, can you describe for the listeners
or either that he's a part-time magician. He does kids parties.
Yes, that's the image I got. It's the tie. It's the clown hair. Definitely, he definitely does kids parties. But here's the David.
Yeah, maybe Elizabeth found out there was his side piece.
What that him and Chris Beskar were plowing.
Yeah.
Well, people have been debating this online. Is he a power bottom or is he a top? A twink person?
I don't even want to think about it. But I'm sure that, like we stated, she's not talking because she signed an NDA and got some type of payment from him when it all. I don't like to speculate on that kind of stuff, but this is just my theory is that, she signed an NDA. I think that's very plausible knowing this fraud. He doesn't want her talking, about things that he might have said to her. Yeah, of course, and that probably gave her some kind of financial help or payment also to be quiet too. That's just my theory. I can't prove any of that.
Well, she probably got the Les Paul guitar.
Yeah.
That's 10 grand. What was 6 grand? You said 6 grand.
Yeah.
6 grand. So when you look at all the stuff that we've shown tonight, it's a very tiny fraction of the whole bigger picture. Let's just for a few minutes here, we have to be very hard on time. So we've got a little under 12 minutes left here. Let's play a few minutes of the recent live stream here from David Wilcock. I'll put the fair use thing up again. Fair use, we're commenting, we're mocking, we're laughing, and a number of other things about David Wilcock. Let's play some of this video here. Maybe I can skip a little bit of it. We'll get to the part where the woman says, "Will you marry me?" Let's see what we got here. New David Wilcock.
So we're just working on it, but yeah. Can we pray for financial success for all of us? Yes, absolutely. Sydney Mansfield, David, long time no see. Hello, friend. Wade Woodruff, wonderful, wonderful. And somebody asked about Shadow. Yes, we are going to be covering some Alliance stuff today. It's a good time to get back into some of that. So I'm
going to skip here and there
Dazzle
through this.
Jacket and white shirt. I knew that was you, says Moonstone Mind. We love you, David. 3i Atlas, says Ron Starr. Yes, we are definitely going into 3i Atlas today. I might do another show like that will be different the next time. That will go into a lot more detail. Dr. Avi Loeb, I got to give him credit. I mean, he's a Harvard professor. He's the guy at the epicenter of this whole 3i Atlas thing. And man, he is just cranking out on avi-loeb.medium.com.
Yeah, Wilcock's never read anything Avi Loeb said because his paper claims it's a comet. So
yeah, hasn't that guy he's been saying the different spacecrafts for years. That
Well, he's
are
saying they're potential spacecrafts, like there's a possibility of it.
right. Well, there's a
Not the-
possibility I might go, go take a bath and piss tonight too, but doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Hey, here's a guitar, another guitar here. Is that the same guitar that you mentioned we saw earlier, or is that a different guitar? Can you make it out?
Oh,
It looks-
Kayla Lynn, David, will you marry me? Love, Kayla.
There it is.
That's kind of.
Can you make that guitar out or no?
I can't see it on the screen.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Let me put it back on the left side there.
Yeah, that's another Fender. It's not a Les Paul. It looks like it's another Fender.
Yeah, she took the Les Paul.
Yeah, she took the Les Paul. He's like, hey, this is 6K. Depending also, Ryan, depending on the year, because he didn't say in that video. It just said a custom shop Les Paul. When I'm saying 6Gs, I'm saying like for 6-7Gs, I'm saying for a custom shop buying it, one that was produced today. He might have a custom shop Les Paul that's from like 1954 or whatever, the 60s. In that case, then you're looking at 12, 15, even higher, depending on the condition. So I don't know, maybe he gave that, I don't know what custom shop the year it is. So that's that depends. That makes the value of it.
So it could be potentially be more.
Oh, yes. Yes.
This guy was living a millionaire lifestyle. That's all we know. And we also know that his warehouse is filled with trash. His house is filled with trash. They're just storing trash. You know what? That is literally like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where there's a garbage strike and they just want to make, the gang wants to make money. So they literally just go around with a limo picking up people's trash.
Yeah.
So they're covered in bird shit. They're covered in garbage. They smell like trash. The limo's totally destroyed. But that's the only way they can make money. And that's kind of like what Wilcock's doing. He's like, well, the only way we can make any money is if we just store raw sewage and garbage at our house.
You know what's funny? Going back to the guitar thing, I wonder if they knew him or he came into the shop and said, hey, I'm David Wilcock. And they're like, okay, yeah, you're going to fix my guitar for me. I'm David Wilcock from Ancient Aliens. And, who knows? Maybe those guys in there didn't even know what the fucking show was. But he said,
if you post this online, people will come into your shop because I'm really famous.
Yeah, I've been on Ancient Aliens 18 times. I don't think they knew. I don't think they knew who he was.
I guess it's possible. Okay, let's see the marriage proposal.
I think I might have something on Wednesday already, but yeah, we're already at 1,772 concurrent viewers.
That's sad.
Kayla Lynn, David, will you marry me? Love, Kayla. That's kind of a big step, but she did donate $99.99. So maybe that's like my dowry included.
Yeah. I won't marry you, but donate money.
Look at them teeth. Look at them teeth. That's 10 G's right there. Those teeth. IRS. If you're listening, you can take his teeth out and get 10 G's out of his teeth.
Yeah, this guy. Well, I think that he's going to piss the IRS off to the point where they might physically assault him. They might rip his teeth out one by one and sell them.
You get 10 G's back on it.
I want to be the man who writes that headline. Former Ancient Alien star has teeth repossessed by IRS.
To pay tax bill.
To pay tax bill.
To pay delinquent tax bill.
Yeah. He'll come on the next show, he'll just only gums. Or the deep state took my teeth out.
That forehead, the forehead is big enough to write dunce on it. I'm sorry. I don't like doing physical digs on people, but we always say that. But when we're talking about
this guy deserves it.
Yeah, we're talking about this fraud that has ripped people off and distorted facts and truth and used, religious symbolism, and just basing lies and just making things up. And he's a really, really disgusting person. Yeah.
Yeah. And Corey Good, by the way, I don't know if you know this, not only did he lose his lawsuits that he started, but he also had to declare bankruptcy. And he did it one day after Gaia TV got a judgment to have him pay the legal fees. So conveniently, Corey Good's like, oh, I can't pay those legal fees. I'm bankrupt.
Yeah. Yep. That's what frauds do.
Yeah. And the funny thing is when he had he filled out the bankruptcy form. I need to get a copy of this so we could do a show on it at some point. Maybe John has a copy. The form he listed on the form, I think it was a broken one too, a broken BB gun as one of his only possessions that he had that's worth anything.
Oh my gosh.
I think John Christian Spadavecchia also found, I think it was him. I could be wrong. I apologize if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was John Christian Spadavecchia. Because Corey Goods declared bankruptcy twice, Mike. And the first time he had listed his wedding rings, him and his wife's wedding rings. And then when he listed them again, he listed them at a completely different value than the original bankruptcy, for the same, reportedly the same exact rings on this form. So he's like undervaluing what he has, which, you know, as John and others have pointed out, like if they're going to scrutinize that bankruptcy form, he's going to be in a ton of trouble.
Oh yeah.
And I'm all for it.
Totally. That's what these frauds and shysters deserve.
Yep. That's what you get. That's what you deserve. All right, let's see if the gods are kind to us. I'll play a random clip of this video. Let's see if we can get anything good.
Anyway, that's great.
That's great. Well, actually, he should. We'll end on this. He should marry that woman. You know why? Because his last wife left him because he gave all their money away. This woman is willing to marry you, and she'll give you money. You should marry her.
Yeah, exactly. You should. She's ready to get off the bat, ready to give you $99.
$99.99, Mike.
$99.99. Oh yeah.
I think I might have something on Wednesday already, but yeah, we're already at 1,772 concurrent viewers. Oh, Kayla Lynn, David, will you marry me? Love, Kayla. That's kind of a big step, but she did donate $99.99. So maybe that's like my dowry.
I won't marry you. I won't date you. I won't do anything, but I'll take the $99.99.
Yeah, exactly.
He's probably thinking. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, he gets so excited when he sees that money come in. You know, he peps right up.
He's trying to get back with Elizabeth and get his Les Paul guitar back, so he doesn't have time for this girl.
Yeah, he's like an evangelist preacher, like just like that money, you know, loves that money, got to have that money, you know, it's just so bizarre, you know.
All right, let's see, last thing real quick here.
Shows more anomalies as a tech. It's really, really great to feel this.
Here he is. He does this for about 25, 30 minutes, meditation time.
A second coming that is always there within us, waiting to be unlocked.
Eyes open.
Waiting to be embraced.
Reading super chats.
Like never before.
Eyeballing super chats.
Feeling that enormous gratitude.
I can't shut my eyes for a meditation. I gotta see these super chats come in.
Glory of knowing that we have been receiving prophecies.
We've been receiving prophecies. We've been giving up on material possessions. Oh, and look, Lisa in the chat just donated $37. Thank you, Lisa.
Such wonderful futures, wonderful events.
Looking dead in the camera, but he's meditating. That's not how you meditate.
No, they're definitely not.
All right. We have to cut this off at 2 hours exactly.
Yeah, let's get it off. Let's go before we start losing even more IQ points.
Yeah, I feel a lot dumber after tonight's show, but you've kept me sane. You got me upset with Jordan Sather, but I'm sane now. You got me back on track. You're feeling better. Laughter's the best medicine. Mike, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes, Ryan. Looking forward in the future of doing our roundtable discussions.
Yep. Do it.
We've got several great topics, I think, coming up in the future that people will be excited about. We'll share those later, and you don't have to donate $99.99 to get those either.
No, it's $100 even.
$100 even.
Now you get the live free shows on Fridays because you support the show. Otherwise, listen to the free archive, buy books, subscribe, etc. Pretty cheap to subscribe for a whole year too. It's $50 for the whole year. We even have lifetime subscriptions that aren't that expensive. TSTradio.info, rdgable@yahoo.com. There's also Cash App and Buy Me a Coffee. The links are below. If you're hearing this, there's a video form. Go find it. Social media websites linked up on the website. Or if you're only watching this, I mean, obviously you're listening to it, but if you're watching this, go listen to the audio version The audio version, usually the audio quality is different than the video, which is not probably it's good, but it's not as good as the audio only. So go into the archive. The links are below. Support the show, tstradio.info. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'll talk to you in the next broadcast. Bye-bye, Mike.
Bye, everybody. See you.
Have a great night.